Good day everyone, my name is Edbhelle Bauzon, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. Today I will going to discuss the history of TED Talks, which stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. I will going to start by providing everyone the learning objectives of my report. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to comprehend how TED Talks began, recognize the outstanding individuals behind TED Talks, and identify the three major additions to the TED family. Here are some necessary terms that we will encounter throughout the discussion. The first one is conference. It is the gathering of many people who talk about specific topic. Next is digital realm. It provides online marketing, mobile app, and development services. And then partnership. It is a relationship between two or more people. Leverage. It is the ability to influence people, events, and decisions. And lastly, talks. It is the conference or discussion used in order to communicate or exchange ideas. As we all know that getting access to great ideas hasn't always been easy because back in the day, we would only be in the loop if we were literate, educated, rich, and a man. Good thing times have changed. The internet has made sharing ideas a breeze, and no one is doing that better than TED. Twice a year, TED hosts this conference where thought leaders around the world share some mind-blowing talks. Then TED sticks in online so that we can watch them for free. Volunteers translate the videos, which means anyone can be inspired by the likes of Bill Gates, Malcolm Gladwell, or Jane Goodall. If you have been dynamic in the digital realm for a while or grew up as a digital native, you are well aware of how astonishing the TED Talks are. TED Talks are short presentations that focus on three fields: technology, entertainment, and design. It is a non-profit institution that partners with individuals to assist in sharing ideas globally. They are adding new videos day in and day out, so there is never a shortage of engaging content. From a world in which TED Talks seem to offer a bright path forward, it is time to grasp what exactly are TED Talks and dig deeper into how they began as well as on how they continue giving free access to resourceful ideas and inspiration all over the world. TED Talk is a video created from presentations at the main conference or one of its many satellite events around the world, dedicated to spread innovative ideas, exciting discoveries, and inspirational contents through 18-minute talks delivered in front of live audiences. TED was born in 1954 out of architect and designer Richard Saul Wurman's observation of a powerful convergence 5 years before the birth of the World Wide Web. It began in Monterey, California, where they featured a demonstration of the compact disc, an e-book read, and a presentation by fractal mathematicians Benoit Mandelbrot. Wurman's original vision for TED was to create the no-boring PowerPoint slides and one-hour lectures. At TED, groups of brilliant people took the stage and talked about the things that fascinated them. Wurman was right on stage with them, running the show. In fact, if he felt bored, he had no problem sending the speaker off the stage. But despite the acclaimed speakers, the inaugural conference was a financial flop. So, 6 years later, Wurman and his business partner tried again, and the TED conference took off. It eventually took on their 18-minute format, the limit of the human attention span supposedly, an invitation-only powwow for innovators and power players quickly became one of the most sought-after intellectual tickets of the year. In 2000, media entrepreneur Chris Anderson reserved TED's original mission, the exchange of ideas, and expanded TED's scope in a number of key ways. A deal was struck, and in 2001, Anderson's non-profit Sampling Foundation acquired TED, and he became its curator. In taking the conference non-profit, Anderson stood by the principles that made TED great: the inspired format, the breadth of content, the commitment to seek out the most interesting people on earth, and let them communicate their passion. It soon became clear that the ideas and inspiration generated at TED should have an impact well outside the city limits of Monterrey. In the years 2001 to 2006, the three major additions to the TED family existed. The first one is the TED Global. It is a sister conference held in locations around the world. It aims to celebrate human ingenuity by analyzing ideas, innovations, and creativity from all over the world. The second one is the TED Prize. It grants its winner one wish to change the world. Each TED Prize winner is a rare and powerful combination, someone who knows how to capture imaginations as well as how to make a measurable impact. And the third one is TED Talks. It is an audio and video podcast series which the best TED content is released online. This event brings together the world's leaders, thinkers, and innovators to deliver 80 minutes informative, educational, and inspiring presentations. The first TED Talks were posted online on June 27, 2006. By September, they had reached more than 1 million views. In 2008, in part of new awareness created by TED Talks, they launched the TED Active, a simulcast version of the springtime TED conference, allowing more people to attend at a lower price. By 2009, the number of TED Talk views had grown to 100 million, making internet heroes out of speakers like Hill Bolte Taylor and Sir Ken Robinson. In that same year, the TED Fellows program was launched to bring up and coming innovators from around the globe to the conference for free. They also saw the creation of TEDx, a radical opening up of the TED format to local, independently organized events. At the same time, they embarked on the TED Translator program, creating the infrastructure for TED Talks to be translated into 100 plus languages. On March 2012, TED-Ed was launched that created short video lessons aimed at educators. And on April 2012, they saw the debut of TED Radio R, or a partnership that brings ideas and stories from TED Talks to public radio listeners. All these projects aim to create ever greater access to ideas for free. They celebrated its 1 billion video views as TED Talks continue to be watched all over the world with an average of 17 new page views a second. TED conferences and events continue to inspire, motivate, and thrill attendees. In 2014, the annual TED Conference celebrated its 30th anniversary in Vancouver, Canada. The theme of this milestone conference, The Next Chapter, both a reflection on development of the past 30 years as well as a look at what is ahead. Here are some of the remarkable and admired people involved in TED Talks. The first one is Ken Robinson. He is an educator and early TED speaker. He is not just an amazing orator, but he is also considered the most viewed speaker on TED. His 3 talks do school skill creativity, how to escape education's Death Valley, and bring on the learning revolution have been viewed an astounding 21.5 million times, making him the sneezing baby panda of the TED system. Mr. Robinson views large school system as sclerotic, squeezing the creative juices out of children by overemphasizing standardized testing and subjects like mathematics and science over the arts and humanities. The next one is Chris Anderson. He is the TED Chief Executive and became the curator of the TED Conference in 2002 and has developed it as a platform for identifying and disseminating ideas worth spreading. He created a private non-profit foundation, the Something Foundation, which hoped to find new ways of tackling tough global issues by leveraging media, technology, entrepreneurship, and ideas. Some of his speeches are how YouTube is driving innovation and technology's long tail. Next, we have June Cohen. She was the former executive of TED Media. She built TED's digital media operations from the group up. In 2006, she launched TED Talks on the internet. In the year 2009, she introduced the TED Open Translation Project, the largest subtitling effort in the world with 120 languages, 20K translators, and 100K translations. As a result, the talks had been viewed more than 800 million times in the year 2012. Last but not the least is Jason Wishnow. He was a former director of video at TED. Prior to joining TED, he founded one of the first film websites, The New Venue, that actively and intelligently seeks to educate as well as entertain in the mid-90s, an entire decade before YouTube. Brilliant minds are not always the best public speakers, but in the TED universe, even the world's biggest nerds are able to stand on stage and tell fiercely compelling stories about incredibly complex subjects. Some of these individuals are seasoned performers, presenters, and storytellers, but most of them are more comfortable in a secluded research lab or behind their laptop. So the polished TED Talks that we watch online are the result of months-long process of writing, editing, rewriting, and rehearsing under the guidance of TED producers and coaches. The ultimate goal of TED Talks is to bring impressive conferences that aim to share knowledge and passion, inspire others, convey accurate and comprehensible ideas, and to bring free, world-class online education to everyone in the world. TED speakers have the ability to speak confidently about the topic that touches the hearts of their audiences and inspires them to make positive changes. Watching TED Talks is a great idea as it provides us new and precise concepts that are supported by concrete evidences and gives us motivation to learn, explore, and develop our perspectives as well as to improve our skills in presenting speeches that are worth sharing. There are lots of TED Talks that are available online. We can listen to them whenever and wherever we need insights and inspirations that are convenient for the betterment of our lives. That's all. I hope you have learned something from my report. Thank you and God bless.